So you know how Ronaldo is one of the greatest of all time, won almost everything possible. No doubt this guy is a conqueror. And now, he's looking to conquer something else, and that's the gaming industry. Not gonna lie, Ronaldo didn't really strike me as the gaming type until I saw his partnership with his shooter game called Free Fire. He made the game look so cool, and I even picked it up after I saw that video of him playing it. But you know, that was just that. We didn't see or hear anything from him again, so I thought it was just a paid advert, nothing more. But now, with this new gaming company Ronaldo is partnered with, I see Ronaldo really has a thing for gaming. And it isn't just a normal partnership, but from what I see, Ronaldo is looking to completely dominate the gaming industry. And you know how I know this? Ronaldo is going on a spree. First football, then we saw what he did to YouTube. Mr. Beast legit couldn't do anything to stop Ronaldo from taking over. And now, it's gaming. You're probably wondering who this company is. Well, it's none other than UFL. UFL is a free-to-play football video game developed and published by Strikers Inc. And for these guys, the goal is pretty simple. Snatch the throne from EAFC, or maybe, EAFC as FIFA. You see, EAFC has been around for decades. First called FIFA, but now EAFC, and they've dominated the whole scene. As far as football gaming is concerned, nothing quite comes close to these guys. Yes, we know about PES, well, now called eFootball. We know how they also have been around and rivaled EAFC. It has always been these two at the top. You're either playing eFootball or EAFC. But who are we kidding? We know who the real kings are. It's EA. The numbers don't lie. As far as sales and player base are concerned, nothing really comes close to EA. They've enjoyed monopoly for so long, and if you know anything about business, you'll know that more often than not, monopoly is not a good thing. For the customers, at least. And this is exactly where Ronaldo's UFL comes in. The developers of UFL have spent years observing how the whole gaming scene works, and how both eFootball and EAFC run their games. Why did eFootball crash out of the race, and why is EA so dominant? According to Strikers CEO Eugene Nashalov, they've been on these for 5 years. So you see, these guys aren't just here to publish another game, but the best video game in the football space. And from what we know about the game now, they may be onto something, and EAFC better watch their back. UFL are offering something they know the player base could really appreciate, and most importantly, something EAFC does not have. And that's the free-to-play experience. This is UFL's biggest principle, and this is something the player base has not had in a while. You see, over the years, EAFC has relied on in-game purchases to keep their game running. Players legit have to spend actual money on the game to grow in ranks and get better. I mean, it's a video game. My growth as a player should be based on my actual skills and how much time I spend trying to get better. But no, with EAFC, that is not the case. And this has always been an issue for the player base. But EAFC has had monopoly since God knows when. Nobody to compete with them. So for the player base, it is a case of it is what it is. Yes, we don't like that we have to spend that much to enjoy the game, but we don't have a choice now, do we? And now, it looks like we do. Or maybe I should say, we will soon. UFL has heard all the complaints and is basing its game on a free-to-play principle. But it isn't just about the free-to-play part. It is common sense that UFL would need more than this if they want to compete. They are also locked in on delivering stunning graphics and realistic gameplay. They focused on creating a one-of-a-kind experience, complete with lifelike player movements and a dynamic physics engine. So you see, UFL isn't here to play. They have their eyes on the throne. And then there's the Ronaldo part. Ronaldo is the most followed human on Earth. He has already crossed 1 billion followers across social media platforms, and now he is working with the UFL team. With this, publicity and marketing are settled. Who's a better ambassador for a sports video game than the most popular athlete in the world? It is common sense. UFL right now looks like they are on the right path to take over, and EAFC knows it. For about 2 decades now, it has been all EAFC. Yes, PES also shared the stage with EA. As a matter of fact, at some point PES was on top. But EAFC rolled in with change after change and gradually took over the scene. And the crazy thing is, immediately they got to the top. PES didn't stand any chance again. But one good thing about PES is that they didn't give up. To them and every other person, EAFC is king and they are second in line. But they are still doing all they can to keep people playing their game. And I must say, it's working. And let's not even talk about how eFootball is king of the mobile scene. As far as mobile is concerned, eFootball not only has the best football game, but the best community also. Anyway, back to EAFC and UFL saga. There's no doubt EAFC is an amazing game. The graphics, movement mechanics, very unique game modes, and vibrant community put it at the top where it truly belongs. But as I said, there has always been a problem. EAFC is not a free-to-play game. The biggest thing about EAFC is the Ultimate Team. There is a mode that lets you build your dream squad from thousands of players around the world and play against other real gamers around the world. This particular mode generates billions of dollars for the company every year, and that's because players need to spend a whole lot to actually build their dream team. You're not going to unlock your favorite player because you're good enough or by grinding a particular mode. No, you'll have to spend real cash. In real life, PSG had to break the bank to sign Neymar, and in the game, I have to break the bank to get Neymar in my ultimate team. Give me a break, man. And the crazy thing is, it's not just about this pay-to-play issue. Players around the world have other reasons to complain. Remember when I said EAFC has had monopoly for years? Well, EAFC knows they are untouchable, and because of this, didn't invest much into upgrading the game with every new edition coming out. Or at least, this is what it looks like to gamers. To the gamers, year after year, the gameplay mechanics just get recycled. But I guess the majority of the player base would rather play a rinse and repeat EAFC than play eFootball. But this does not stop players from complaining. Maybe one day EAFC will actually take their time to bring a crazy update that'll completely shake things up. Everybody is tired of the consistent minor tweaks that we see every year. We need something big. And as things stand, this big change won't be coming from EAFC, but our new friend, UFL. The guys at UFL are coming into the scene like, hey, I know you want this, and for years you've been waiting for EAFC to provide it. But it's like they don't care about what you want. So here, I made it my life's mission to get it for you instead. And for what it's worth, this approach is working. Gamers all over the world are all hyped up. Finally, something new, something unique, and most importantly, something free. But hold on, it's not going to be easy. If you think UFL is just going to enter the scene and immediately dethrone EAFC, you really should think again. UFL still has a long way to go. And this became clear to the player base after UFL launched the beta version of the game. Just so you know, beta version basically means test version. Several gamers tested it out and straight off the bat, they detected some issues with the game. One was how hard it was to successfully complete dribbles in the game. Now, for this particular issue, I don't know what was going through the mind of the developers when they were building the game. Were they trying to increase the skill gap in the game, or maybe they just messed up the movement mechanics and now it is really difficult to dribble in the game? Either way, the testers didn't like this part of the game, and without wasting any time, made their thoughts known. But that wasn't even the biggest complaint. This was. You see, EAFC has this special feature. They made the players unique. The way Ronaldo would run is different from how Haaland would. The way Vinicius would dribble is not how Dybala would try to get past defenders. You know what I'm talking about. The movement and body language. EAFC made all these look like how these players move in real life. But for UFL, there's nothing like this. In UFL, the only thing unique about the players is their face, hair, and skin color. Basically, from the neck down, the players are pretty much the same thing. The way they shoot, run, dribble, it's all the same. The thing is, this normally wouldn't be a problem, let's be honest. For years, all games have been like this, and normally this uniqueness is not something that we would think we need. But the fact that EAFC already has this feature, and for years the players have been enjoying it, it's expected they ask for it from UFL. Especially now that everyone is expecting UFL to dethrone EAFC. It is simple. If you want to dethrone the best, you can't come with something that's below standard, no matter how extreme the standard may look. But the good news is, the main reason why gaming companies run beta versions of their games is to test it out and see what the community thinks about it. This feedback is then taken and worked on, and after the game is perfect, there is the global launch. So, with that, the community still has much faith in this game. And Ronaldo does also, because he already invested a whopping 40 million in this game. Immediately Ronaldo heard that the game would be free to play, he immediately hopped on the project. And now he is the biggest investor in the project. Safe to say, he is part owner. And check it, UFL already has the fans hyped up. They have Ronaldo not just as an investor but a brand ambassador. Ronaldo, who had previously been on the cover of both EAFC and eFootball, is now with UFL. And it isn't just Ronaldo. UFL had managed to get other big stars on the board: Firmino, Lukaku, Zinchenko, and the magician Kevin De Bruyne. UFL really is on the right path, but nothing is sure. The game launched a few days ago and it is making waves already. Definitely no way close to EAFC's success, but it just launched a few days ago. That literally is impossible. But as I said, it is making waves. We just have to give time to settle in well and then challenge for the throne. And one more thing, this is a new game. EAFC has been around for decades. You know what that means. EAFC has been fixing up and upgrading all this while, and UFL is new and will only get better over time. But does it have what it takes to overtake EAFC? Can it do what eFootball has not been able to do? Let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our videos.